Hey performers, this is audition coach Jessica Neighbor, and I want to walk you through how you have the power during your college performance auditions, more than you might even think you do. So this is especially useful for you performers who are going out for colleges this year of 2021, who are going out for either theater, musical theater, or vocal performance. It's very easy to look at all of those colleges and see the small amount of admissions and think that they hold all the power. But I need you to realize that you have a lot of choices to make that are going to impact your odds of getting into the college. So we're going to break that down right now together, and then hang tight at the end because I'm going to give you a little special bonus piece of advice for you guys. All right, so we need to go over a few key things that you need to get super clear about. First of all, know your options for degrees, right? So do some research and learn the difference between a BA, a BFA, a BM, and a conservatory, because that's gonna matter a lot for you. Those all have different ratios of how much the school is focused on your emphasis versus on your liberal arts education. Okay, a BA being the least amount of time you're going to spend on your emphasis, a conservatory being the most, and there's lots of options in between. So do your research and make sure that you're clear about which program really speaks to you, or you could try a variety of programs, audition for all of them and get in. One of my star students who thought she was going to go out for musical theater and was really set on that wound up getting invited back to a very prestigious vocal performance program. And she decided that it did make sense for her to learn more about her vocal performance. She could still take some acting and dancing classes, but to really dive deep into vocal performance wound up being a great fit for her. So that's something you need to think about. Another thing that you need to really decide is, how much do you want the traditional university experience versus being in more of a art conservatory school? So are you someone who wants to, have a spirit week or go to some sports or check out some other, minors or majors, or maybe even do a year abroad? Then a BA is probably more likely a really good fit for you. However, if you want to sleep, eat, and breathe your performing art, then a BFA or a conservatory might be a better fit for you. And the final thing that you and your families need to sit down and think about are some really practical things. Can you afford this program? Do your academics measure up? What are the odds? And get clear about your safety, fit, and reach categories of schools for each college program so that you're clear and giving yourself some options, okay? Don't just only put reaches on your selection list. That's gonna be really rough and hard. And finally, how important is it for you to be close to one of those city hubs where performing arts traditionally happen? New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Boston. Or are you open to going to a really wonderful training program, because there's many throughout our country and internationally that aren't in a city hub, but that can provide you with an incredible training. For some people, that's a deal breaker. They want to be near a city. They want to set themselves up so that they can make connections for after school and continue to perform there. If you want that, then you might want to consider being close or at least adjacent, a subway stop or 10 away from a city. Or it might not matter to you, or you might even be drawn to a different environment. Those are things to get really clear about. It will help you actually whittle down your list. And let's just circle back to the beginning of this video when I said you have more power than you think during this process. By you yourself taking the time to think about which program and really being calm instead of kind of panicking and just trying out for everything because you feel like you should, you're gonna get more clear about what you want. And let me tell you something, when it comes to the interview, which I have another video about, which you should definitely check out if you haven't already, the more clear you are about why you wanna go to that school, the more convincing you're gonna be in that interview about why they should have you there. They will be able to see you in their program. So if you're very clear about the location, if you're very clear about the degree they're offering you, about the level of intensity that you want from that program, you're going to answer so many of their questions in the interview. So that's many different ways that you have more power than you might think during this crazy college audition process, all right? And for an added bonus, I have a new college audition course. You should check it out in the links below because I spend a whole section talking about doing research and making your choice. I ask you college questionnaires. I ask you to think about your secret weapon talent that you should showcase. And we really walk through together what you should figure out so that you feel like you are the most powerful and the most brave, empowered performer when you go into your audition. All right, guys, thanks so much. Stay tuned because soon I'm going to be announcing a live question and answer for all of your college audition questions that you might have this year. I know it is one wackadoodle year that we're all figuring out together, and I'm going to be collecting all my research notes, all of your questions, and trying to answer as many of them as I can. So do stay tuned for the Q&A coming up with me, audition coach Jessica Neighbor. In the meantime, everybody, deep breaths and break a leg.